Hey guys, it's Tony from Dr. Neat's Super AP class. If you know me, yeah, I dyed my hair over quarantine because I was bored. Deal with it. But yeah, I'm gonna be making Java videos throughout all the folders in this textbook. So yeah, let's just jump straight into it. I'm gonna be doing lesson 2, output. All right, so I'm just gonna go over a few of the things Dr. Neat already went over in his first video just to get in your guys' head. So in this T21 folder that you guys have, you guys won't see this hidden folder or the README or whatnot, and you guys will have a lot more of these folders in here. But as of right now, this is all I'm working with, and as I'm making the video, I'll be having the folders in one by one. Right, so we want to go to output because that's today's lesson. And inside output, we can ignore lab output for now. We can go to notes. And inside notes is going to be kind of like an overview of what I've been talking about. Notes Dr. Neat made, and yeah, and your lab is also in here, by the way. So if you ever need a refresher, you can come back to this PDF and look over it, and yeah, and to start your lab, it's going to be over here. And so the first thing I want to do as a demonstration for you guys can copy me and follow along if you want. I highly recommend it, but it's up to you guys, right? So if you go to the intro folder, there's a base code. Dr. Neat already went over this, but he said it's like ripping a page out of the book if you just move this onto your desktop. That's what you don't want to do. You want to right-click it or Control-C, it's up to you guys, after you've highlighted it. You want to copy it. Now you want to go to your desktop and hit Control-V or right-click and paste. Right? Because you want to keep this base code clean. You want something to fall back to when you want to start programming again. Right? So I'm going to go inside this base code folder. And in this base code folder, Dr. Neat already went over what all these things mean and how Java reads your program. So I'm just going to go here, right-click, and edit with Notepad++. Right? This is something Dr. Neat already wrote, so I can just get rid of that for now. So let's start the lesson. What is an output? An output is just what the computer spits back out with the given information it has. In our case, the computer will output a string, which I'll get into what a string is later. And the most basic form of an output that we're going to learn today and you're going to be using throughout the year is system.out.print. And what I'm going to be doing is making a hello world program, which is kind of like the tradition for like your first program in these kind of languages, like Java. So how you do that is you write system.out.print, right? Then you want to make parentheses, okay? Then inside that parentheses, you want to write hello world or whatever you want, okay? And every command in Java ends with the semicolon. So just remember to put those. You'll get some error, but you'll know what it is when you see it, right? When you see system.out.print hello world, and now that this is all done, now you want to hit Control S to save. You can tell if you saved or not because this little red box, I don't know if you guys can see it in the video, it's red. And when I hit Control S, it turns blue, and that means it's been saved. So I can go to my folder, back to the root folder, and double-click compile. And what should happen is that this code will compile and give me errors if there are any. And when I do double-click it, I do find errors. All right. You'll see a bunch of weird errors like, oh, they expected parentheses, oh, it's not a statement, it expected a semicolon even though it's there. So the Java's trying its best to tell you what the error is, and sometimes you have to figure it out. Usually they're pretty on point on what it is, but if you make this error, which I'll show you right now, it's gonna look funny like this, even though it doesn't spell out the error for you. Right? Let me go back. What I forgot to put were double quotes surrounding the statement. Okay? And double quotes, or just quotes I guess, they're like your gateway into making strings in Java. Alright? Without these, it won't be a string. And that's why my code errored so much, because it didn't see hello world as a string. It just saw it as some random mumbo jumbo, alright? Right, so now that this is done, I can go back down and compile. Right, now there's no errors, and run. And now it says hello world. Right, So this is kind of like, you know, the tradition Hello World program. We did it, it's done. But, you know, we can go a little farther than that, right? So what if I want to print another statement, right? Really simple. I just stay within these two braces and go to the next line and type it again. You can copy it if you want, or, you know, whatever. And inside, I'm gonna put, my name is Tony. All right. And inside here, you guys can try pausing the video here and tell me what do you think it would print in the console. All right, so I'm gonna save, and I'm gonna go back down here and compile, right? And now I want to run. And what happens is they happen right after each other. It would say hello world and immediately say my name is Tony. So the way we go down to the next line in Java, or in this case, right, is to type print line or print ln, all right? And what this is going to do is it's going to, at the end of this hello world statement, it's going to line break and it's going to go to the next line. So if I save here and print again, it's going to look a little prettier and a little neater, right? It'll say hello world and then, oh, oops. It'll say hello world and my name is Tony, right? On two separate lines. So those are really the only two commands you guys are going to be learning today, all right? And so if I want to, let's say I want to write another line, system.out.print, right? And I'll put happy birthday. All right. This is going to say hello world, skip a line, my name is Tony, but this doesn't have an ln. So what's going to happen is when I run this, it's going to say happy birthday on the same line. You guys get the gist of it? So what you want to do is you want to put ln here. A lot of the times, I know what you guys could be thinking, what is the point of print, right? Because if I have this here, that's the same, these two lines is the same thing as just grabbing this string and putting it right here, right? This is what you guys saw in the console, right? Without this line. While that is true, you'll find in the future that not everything works out like this. But for now, I guess it'd be a good thing to do, just to put print line at the end of everything, right? Because whenever you want to print something, you want the next print to be on the next line, because there's no way for you to print before the string that you output, only afterward. So yeah, that wraps up today's lesson. So let's go over how you're gonna make the lab. All right. So I'm gonna close this. I don't need this base code folder anymore. This was just for demonstration. And if you guys are doing the same thing, you guys should do the same thing too, and delete it. You can right click it and hit delete, because you don't want to be cluttering your desktop with all these base codes, right? So inside T21, you want to go to output, and inside output there's notes, right? I went over this, and then there's a PDF. And at the bottom, here are your lab notes, all right? He gives you a small introduction on how you should be doing this and what it should look like. And look, there you go. There's a happy birthday song. It's a happy birthday. It's kind of like your intro to your lab, how you should be doing this, right? Notice the line breaks, right? And notice how this is all on one line. Okay? Okay, now what you want to do is you want to go to your L21 folder for labs. This is for textbook 21, and this is for lab 21. Yeah. So inside lab 21, you guys are going to have a bunch of folders with basically the exactly same names of what are in here. Again, I don't have all the folders yet, but it's alright. So you want to go to 002 output, and inside you should have a base code folder. This base code folder is exactly the same as in the T21 intro. These two are the exactly same folders. I just copied this one into here. Alright. And inside this folder, you want to go inside your base code and do exactly the same thing I did. Go into edit with Notepad++, and you can start your lab. Good luck, guys.